Ladies and gentlemen.
What up?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Hawkwinds Radio Picture Show. I'm your host, Mr. J Smooth, and tonight we have a really great show. I've been excited about this show for the past couple of weeks, actually. We have DJ Goonba with us in the building today, everybody.
What's up? Hello. I'm so excited to be here.
What's up, man?
Thank you
for coming, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, man.
Man, bro, it's been a good week this week, man.
I feel that. Yeah.
Today we're gonna do some cool shit, bro.
What's up, everybody?
So for those of them who haven't heard of you,
yeah,
who are you? What do you do? And what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Hey, what's good? I'm Vinny Goonba. I do a lot, actually. I make people smile. I inspire. I create. I'm basically a DJ, producer, influencer. Been doing this for quite some time. My favorite ice cream is, fuck, dude. I wish I could have ice cream. You're killing me. I'm doing the 75 hard kind of right now. So like my diet is like no ice cream. But dude, am I dying for one of those Cookie Monster ones from like the creamery? It's like all blue and like crazy, and they have cookie mashup in it, and yeah.
Dude, my go-to is like Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like basic,
Wait.
like the Rocky Road or
Rocky
whatever.
Road fire. I was gonna say, what do you get from Ben and Jerry's?
Man.
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm happy to do what I dream of doing, and that's making music and DJing and sharing my story with others to spread positivity and love and the message that I'm creating daily.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what first got you into like the whole EDM thing? Was it like a specific song? Was it like a moment that you saw? What flipped the switch?
Yo, it was definitely a moment. So I went from Vegas with a lacrosse scholarship to Baltimore, Maryland. And when I went out to Baltimore, these kids on my team that were older than me, one night they were like, yo, we got to take you to this place in DC called the Echo Stage, and we got to go see some EDM stuff. And I was like, at the time I just came from Vegas, I'm like a big like partier, you know what I mean? Like house partier. So like I was like, into like hip hop, all that. I wasn't too much into EDM. I loved, basic EDM, dubstep, but basically it was Dada Life. Okay. They were performing. And if you guys don't know, it's like a big room kind of style of like EDM, feel good stuff. And he's like, like here's a couple things. He's like, take him down and see what's up. And yeah, that was around the time where, popping stuff and doing bad decisions was a good decision. And no, to say the least though, I basically like zoned out in the music and completely like found a whole new outlet of people, and the Plur community was so real at the time. Mind you, this was 2013, 14. So 2013 is when I was out there, and first time ever it was insane. And I was like, what is this? This stuff is incredible. Like, and then I was hooked, and then I started getting into different genres, and I was like, this stuff is super dope. And I got deep into trap. At the time, it was like Brills and like the Twonk Team. And I'm so showboaty. I was like, I want to be on stage. So here's me kind of getting in with all these people. And bam, I was on stage with a microphone being a hype man within like less than a month of me going to these things because I loved it that much. I didn't even know what I was getting into. But then I started being a hype man, and the journey continues. I leave college. I dropped out for a lot of reasons. I was like, screw this. It's not what I want. Fuck the corporate. Fuck all that. I was like, I want to follow my dreams. So I left and went to LA. And, in between that time, I was in Vegas. I started picking up a board and, DJing and stuff. But, what really inspired me to do this was like how hard I worked through 9 to 5s and everything. And how I was like, I need to get out of this. And, I wanted to be more. I knew I was more. I knew there was more for me, and I didn't quite know yet what that really was. I was great at partying. I was great with people, and and I was great with music, and I wanted to mix all that together, And that journey took me to LA, where I could keep telling you, LA was crazy. It was cool. It was I met a lot of really unique humans out there, and my buddy Kozik, he was in the rhythm scene. Shout out Kozik. He was in the rhythm scene, and he got me into like rhythm. And then that's when, like in 2015, rhythm was brand new. I don't know if you're familiar. It's a genre of dubstep. in like Sudden Death and like Yax and Uber and all these like big named like artists were, you know, homies, and we would sit in studios and they taught me everything, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And yeah, man. So basically what got me into it was the moments of love and peace and togetherness, and you know, that like this outlet isn't just for like us to escape, us misfits to like escape reality and take drugs. And no, this outlet was for us to find a new path of living and friends and society. And that's what it was. I saw, you know, like one of the most cash cows nowadays is the EDM market. Like house music is bringing in like billions and billions. And like, you know, to see the numbers, how much they've grown and stuff, like this is like, it's good for the economy. It's good for the people. It's good for, you know what I mean? And then
for sure,
for misfits like me that like, you know, the way I dropped out of school, I was in my speech class. And when I was in that class, I literally was like, my speech to the class was like, you can do more. You can do better. Fuck this. Fuck what you guys want me to do. Fuck all this bullshit. Like, I'm going to go follow my dreams. That was my last ever thing in college. And that I took with me everywhere. And it was like, you got to hold it up. You got to be that like, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I love it. And I'm going to continue to push that.
Hell yeah, for sure.
You know,
yeah, sure.
Kind of got lost, you know, in the sauce, and everyone sometimes does. But, you know, when you have new chances to have an awakening to refine that, especially as you grow older and get wiser, like, yeah, you can become your best self. And it's awesome. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Plur community got me into this and the love,
man,
you know?
I remember the Plur scene back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's still here if you think deeply, but, you know, it's kind of...
Yeah, man, it's more like a mindset, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you grew up with that mindset. You know?
I'll still, you know, peace, love, unity, respect. A lot of people, there was a few that I did it to them at North Coast when I played, and they were like, oh my God, like, and I'll put like something special if I can and like, you know, gift them something, but... Keep the community alive, yeah, for sure. It brought me in here, so.
Hell yeah, dude. So you're originally from Vegas. What differences do you see from the Vegas EDM scene to the Chicago EDM scene?
So Vegas, you know, after I left and went on my journey from LA to then here, I didn't go back to Vegas for a while. And, you know, Vegas scene is Vegas. It's like, you know, now their community is growing dramatically, and there's so much cool stuff happening. You can find drum and bass here. You can find rhythm, dub. You can do whatever, but it's always going to be Vegas. What that means is flashy, you know, chains, gold, lights. If you think of that, that's exactly what it is. I mean, they're going to want, you know, Pauly D, they're going to want Stevie Aoki, they're going to want that flashy shit, you know? So what the difference in it is, like, Chicago's culture is, you know, like they started with house, like they started tech house. They started the roots of house music is from here, Chicago house. So it's like, to them, it means so much more. And that's why they say in the industry, they say, if you can make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere. And that terrified me, especially coming out here not knowing anybody, dude. I moved into the burbs when I first moved out here, and it was about 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 9, 10 maybe. And I didn't move to the city until about like 3 years ago. And I would make that commute. I wouldn't know anybody. It was just, it's so cutthroat here. And that is because it just means so much to all of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it means when you play music out, it's so important to play the right thing. Like, meaning like you got to play good music that like touches them, that like they can dance to, they can feel, they can vibe to. I mean, in Vegas, you can get away with playing like, you know, the same 90s music or hip hop or something and having a good night, selling bottles, you know, and that is still here. That's going to be everywhere. But I feel like Chicago, there's just so much more like in-depth love. And that's why like I'm so blessed to be like doing my journey here and calling this place home, because man, have I learned a lot. You know, they will take you down. They will take you down to see you rise up. And when this city respects you, you get such a great feeling. And, you know, like I love everyone in the city, and I will always call Chicago my city now. You know, Vegas is home, but this is it, you know. And
I feel that, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned you were a little terrified to come to Chicago and make music or whatever. how did you get over those fears of like, hey man, like I'm actually doing this the right way, or I'm doing shit that people actually want to listen to? Because you're actually are right. Like people in Chicago, like they do like give a fuck about like their house music. Like,
100%. And they will make you feel like shit if you deserve to feel like shit at the time. Like, meaning like if they're like, dude, you don't got it, they will tell you straight up, like, dude, you don't got it. Like, you need to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
The way I got over that was like, continuously coming out here and before my sobriety, which we will talk about. But, I was coming out here and I was meeting everyone I could. I had to put my guard down about what I looked like, what I'm wearing, I would take in from people like hear people be like, yo, you got to change them shoes, bro. Like, hey, your pants are way too tight, man. Like, and I'd be like, okay, maybe I should get some Jordans, or like, maybe I should like loosen these pants up a little bit, or like just to try to like fit in a little bit, just to see where I fit in. Mm-hmm. And, that's a thing that a lot of people get blinded with, is when you do drugs and alcohol, you sometimes fit in with the wrong group. And I kind of did that. I mean, I let all of that suppress me and put my foot where it needed to go, and met a lot of these people. And I will be honest with you, I didn't really start to see the real and feel the real traction until I got sober. I mean, it's always been there, and I've always been me, and I've always been grinding, and they've the supporters have always loved me, and I've always seen that and felt that. But like, who was I hanging around with? Who was I at the time? I didn't even know. And I didn't even know who I was around. And, you kind of get lost in that. But like, what kind of brought me to light was when I got sober and I actually looked around and I'm like, okay, I do have to stay at these afters. I got to be up till 6 a.m. But who am I going to hang out with during this time? And who am I going to connect with? And who am I going to, watch the sunrise with while I, either light this blunt or talk about how I used to do this with that, and like, that's how you get over that hump. I mean, you consistently show up. That is the first thing they want to see in Chicago. They want to see loyalty. Loyalty to yourself, loyalty to the company you want to work for, loyalty to the people you want to be around. You got to show up. Because if you're coming out and you're fake, they'll call you out. Mm-hmm. You can't be fake.
Yep.
You can't be fake in this place. You can't. I come from the West Coast. I love it out there. A lot of people are fake. You'll find fake people everywhere you go. But like, they'll be like, I love you. And bro, they don't care about you. But like out here, if they tell you they love you, that's a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. That means they love you, because they'll tell you fuck you if they don't like you. You feel me? So like the way I got over that hump was I just, like kept showing up, and then showed up for myself, and then found my true self, and that helped me find my people.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no, something we preach here at Hawkwinds is show up if you want to be seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You can't just be like, I'm a part of this, but then never go to anybody's show or never go and support anybody. Like,
and that's the thing. It's like you got to show support for those who you want to work for. And I get if you get busy, or I get if you're like, man, I shouldn't go to that afters because I'm going through sobriety, or I'm trying to like not slip, but like you'll know, and you'll be able to know how to navigate that. And also like closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly.
Like ever. Mm-hmm. And sending 5 emails to that one collective that you want to work for might annoy them, but they see your name.
But now they know
who you are. Yep. And when they need you, they'll hit you up. Exactly. And if they fuck with you, they'll fuck with you. And that's that. And if not, what are you doing that you can do better to make them fuck with you?
True. Yeah,
period. And sure. Chicago puts that out there for you type shit. Yeah. Vegas, they want to see money. They want to see whatever. My resume has been built up. Now Vegas is coming back around. And I'm from there. Yeah. I've been out there. I can sell out a show. I have a lot of friends out there. You know what I mean? I can bring like 300 plus. But it's like, they're not going to, unless they see. And then, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Chicago's real for that one. Let me tell you.
So take me back to like maybe one of your first couple of sets. What was your like actual DJ setup? Did you start with like some really cool shit, or like were you just putting stuff together and like hoping it would?
Back then, I used to come out with a deck that was really, really, really small. I found it at one of my friends gave it to me. He found it at Goodwill. He had it since he was a kid. Really small. It was on, I would bring my computer and it was on virtual DJ, which was like free trial, bro. It wasn't even. And like, I used to have to like try to get music for wherever I could. And I would spend a lot of money and time on music at the time, because even back then it was a lot harder to obtain that. And I've always wanted, like the right music to play. There was times where like, I didn't know that. And I had to have someone tell me, hey dude, we can tell when it's not like a song you paid for, or a right download or something like that. And so like I had to go through so many of those hoops to finally realize. But yeah, you know, I quickly transitioned when I went to LA and Kozik, shout out Tyler, and like Sudden Death and all them. When I was hanging out with those dogs in LA, they were always on a USB and CDJs. And I remember sitting down with Kozik and I was like, bro, like I can do this. And at that time I was a hype man for a lot of these dudes. So I was still a hype man, more so than a DJ. Like it was Goonba the hype man. And he's also a DJ, which I had a different DJ name in Vegas at one time. So like I kind of used that. But basically like I saw them with a USB and I was like, dude, I need to get on that level. So like, dude, you go through boards, you go through like hardships, you go through bringing laptops, breaking 5 of them, like, you know what I mean? To like fully understand. And again, closed mouths don't get fed. I had to ask like, how do I look cooler? How do I do this right? How do I, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, I figured it out quick. But
it was with the hard drive.
yeah. And multiple USBs. I got to tell all you DJs out there, bring multiple USBs, back it up, and do sound check because all of that shit's important.
Hell yeah, man. Do you remember your first paid gig?
You know, I luckily in the beginning got a good amount of those.
Okay.
Because when I was DJing, I was running from like my quick time from college to Vegas to LA. When I was in Vegas that little time, I was doing like bars, hookah lounges, stuff like that. Yeah. So I quickly was like, yo, how do I get in here? And like they won't book you unless they're paying you because they're kind of like a bar type deal. But my first like actual paid gig, yeah, man, it felt good. I think it was one of those like dubstep shows. I think it was a very small amount. It was a side stage. I think it was like one of those base station events, which I go way back with them, and or one of the Electric Hotel events with Eric Boss.
Hell yeah. Shout
Eric
out
Boss.
Hotel.
Yeah, shout out
Eric Boss too.
Absolutely. Both of them. That's, you know, that was my first residency and it was with him. But that's when the checks started rolling in, you know, when I started getting consistency like that. And it started to feel really good. But let me tell you, I've done a lot, and I emphasize a lot of free shows.
Hell yeah.
Opportunity shows. And that's how you look at it. Invest. When you have money, what do? You invest if you're smart, especially in your brand. Okay. And one of those tools that I had to do was play for free. Yeah. That was a huge investment for my brand, was get exposure. Let people hear you. Play a shitty side stage at a shitty time, blow up everyone to be there. Even though you're not getting paid for it, blow their mind. Let the right person hear you. And you got to do a lot of those. There was a time where I was hitting like 200 shows a year. Yeah, it was just so I could just play here, play this garage, play that, play this, play that, play, just to get your name out there. It happens, you know?
Yeah. How many free shows do you think somebody has to do before they can be like, okay, well, now I can't put in my time for free anymore? Or do you think if you have an opportunity to play for free, no matter how big you are, you should just do it? Like, what do you think about that?
So again, like investing your brand, if it seems right for your brand, ignore everything. Donate a set, do whatever you have to do if it seems right for your brand. But if you're out here grinding and promoting and, you know, buying outfits and bringing people out and showing up and doing all of the hard work, and you can show that you've done that hard work for 5 times probably, like, and you know how to, a catastrophic event in the middle of a set, how to handle it, and you can show your worth and you can sell tickets. I mean, even if you don't even sell a ticket, you still have support that sees your vision, then you can use that to be like, yo, I deserve money. Because here's my thing. I throw a lot of shows too. I book a lot of DJs. Okay, if I get a funding from the club, I will pay my guys. If it's not that case, then like it's like, why should I pay you $300 to book you? That's what everyone's gonna ask. You know, same with when I book myself. They want to know what I bring to the table. So I usually come out with that straight up, business opportunity, businessman. But when it comes down to it, like, why should you get paid? What do you bring to the table? There's DJs out there that are like, yeah, I want this 300. And then this other guy's like, I'll take 150. And you're like, but the guy that's asking for 300 hasn't posted the show, has been begging to get on a show, posted it one time, hasn't updated his wardrobe, hasn't updated his music playlist. Is he really working towards this? How badly does he want it? Yeah. And that's where it comes down to, okay, I'm going to write you a check. And like, there's tiers for it. I've told guys straight up, like, dude, this show is for Tech House. you're a dubstep artist and you want to get on this so bad, but you're mad at me that I haven't put you on it. But it's like, let's put you in the right field here. Let's see what, because if you're playing a tech house show and you're a dubstep mainly artist, how can you bring people out? How can they have a good time? I want my crowd to be like jumping, buying drinks, having a good time. You know what I mean? And so you got to look at all of these things when you're booking and as a DJ, because then you understand them more. And then you can understand better on how to get booked bigger, because you're like, this is what I bring to the table. And they're like, well, shit, I can't say no to that.
Yeah, for sure.
I have Joe Schmo over here that's been, my resident DJ, but like he brings 3 people out and he doesn't post it enough. Why am I paying him the same amount when I could pay you and you work hard?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, good promoters definitely know the way to pay and stuff.
Yeah, and Eric Boss was, to circle back, like how to feel to get paid. Eric Boss was big on like, like you did good, you get paid.
Yeah.
And that was good about like feeling like, oh my God, now I'm making more. And then seeing, oh my God, the industry's like that. He like prepped me for a lot of shit when it comes to it. But yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And real quick, we got a couple comments right here from...
Who are you? Hi.
Indiglo Frost said, hey, stud. And then we got
What's up, baby?
Cozy K Dubs.
Kozik, that's the one who I was just saying, who taught me everything in LA. That was the one.
Hell yeah. He said, yo, Goonba is a legend.
Oh, I love you. You're a legend.
We got Tristan 710.
Yo, I'm headlining in Minneapolis. That's the one who booked me. That's Beat Farmers.
Hell yeah. He said, Goonba, me boy, looking good.
I love you. Thank you.
He said, yes, it's all about the vibe. Shout out to all you guys. And if you guys have any questions for me or for Goonba, please feel free to comment down below.
Yeah, if you guys are watching, throw some comments. Let's see what you got. Say hi.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, that sounds fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
So
excuse me.
That's all good. At what point, so as a DJ, you kind of have to cultivate your own sound a little bit. Like, at what point did you feel that, okay, this is kind of my sound, this is what I'm gonna be doing?
Ooh, that hit my gut because there was so many. There was a time where like Goonba was doing just dubstep and I was like on tour, like self tour, and I had like a team, but like I was hitting all these shows and doing a lot of dubstep. It just didn't feel right. I didn't fully have it. So honestly, I'm going to say like literally last year was so great for me. Even the year before that, I still was figuring out my sound. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, I love tech house. I want to just do tech house. And then I'm like, but I miss dubstep, and it's like, oh, but I'm getting all these shows and I'm like, I want drum and bass. And then I'm like, how can I do now? It's everything. It's coming at me. It's a bukkake genre. It's fucking everywhere, dude. It's like, and how did I figure this? I think it was shout out to Levity last year in February gave me the opportunity. Levity, there's 3 of them. John, such a sweetheart. He gave me the opportunity. We'll show a flick later, of that set to play for them. And, there was a part where I'll get into it later about the video where my USB wasn't working and I didn't do sound check and I had to freestyle the set, and everything that fluently came out, I remember, and I've recorded most of that, and I put it out on my SoundCloud. It's called Hi, I'm Goonba, because that was the first time that I felt this was Goonba. I've been DJing for like 10 years, 11 years, and I just up until last year figured out what my sound was. And I think it was that show. It was sold out, 3,000 people. Sheesh. It was a boiler set. It wouldn't work. So then I had to freestyle an hour off the top of my fucking dome with 7 crates of music.
That's insane, man.
And it was my manager at the time. My mom was able to go, my stepdad, and everyone said that it was the best set I ever did. And it's because I played a little bit of everything, and I felt deep down inside what my sound was. And what is a Goonba set? When I'm able to headline, you'll hear 7, 8 different genres. They all blend. I'll be mixing in actual hip hop with it. I'll be doing all of this other, because like I finally found my sound. And that's why like I've started to put out music since every month or every date on the 21st, I try to put a release out. Not every month, but on the 21st is when you'll see it. My birthday's 4/21. So last year when I started putting music out, each one was different. And like, it's almost like, oh my God, Goonba can't figure out what he wants. No, I finally figured out what I want. And that's just like EDM. And you can always find this high energy within all of it. This high energy, sweating bass, heavy, wubs. And no matter what it is, it could be drum and bass, you're going to hear a screech. It could be hardstyle, you're going to hear a screech. You know what I mean? So like for all those artists out there, like if you're uncomfortable with where you're at, break out of your comfort zone and know that like you have all the time in the world to figure out what you want, And then since that Levity show in February last year, I can go over a list in a little bit. I played with so many big artists, shout out Collective, for giving me a lot of opportunities. But all of those shows I felt so great and confident in, no matter if it was Nero or Gesture or Rusko or Getter or Waka Flocka. Like I was able to navigate what I wanted to play with still having my sound.
Oh yeah, dude.
Felt so good. And I think it's because I had to freestyle in front of 3,000 fucking people.
Yeah, that's pretty insane, man. For like, I mean, I'm thinking about it because like I come from like the rock world, so like
imagine if you got up there and it just didn't,
like my guitar just not working in front of 3,000 people and I had to like use somebody else's or something, or
right.
That's just scary, man. And
it was fucking terrifying, and they all could tell something was going on, and I was like and then I looked up, took a deep breath, and was like, let's go. And bro, I didn't miss a beat. Like I'm a really good DJ. I love to hold that on my back. Shout out Kozik, he helped teach me. But like I'm a very good DJ when it comes down to it. When I do what I do, you feel me? So I was like, Vinny, this is your chance. Do what you do, kid. You feel me? Come out swinging. And like even sometimes where I've set prepped for hours and days, maybe I'll miss a bass, or sometimes you don't line it up correctly when you're like talking or screaming on the mic, or sometimes you get a little, oh, that was off, and you're like, fuck, my bad. Like, you know what I mean? But no, I didn't miss a beat. I didn't miss a beat, bro. It was all on, and it was so dope. So I think since that day, I even to this day, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. You feel me? Like,
and what show was that again?
This was the Levity show.
Levity.
So Levity, they just keep blowing up. They're amazing. They played at the Winchester Arena last weekend for their snow day, and they had Crank Dat and Grizz come out, and they're just amazing people. I remember Levity was down at Base Station. They were down as like kind of openers or second slot, and they're selling out arenas now. It's just incredible to see and be a part of this movement. Yeah. That was Levity last year. We'll show a clip from that one. That shit was crazy. It was in Wisconsin at the Sylvie.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now, when you first started getting into all this stuff, did you have a lot of support from like your family and friends? Where they're like, "Hell yeah, let's go do your dreams," or were some people like, "Why are you gonna do this? We can go to college and be like some sort of doctor, lawyer thing." Bullshit.
Majority of it was the second half. Majority of it was people being like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And my mom is my everything. Okay, my mom. I am such a mama's boy. My dad passed when I was 7. So like, ever since we lost dad, it was like, I cling to my mom so much, and she raised me great. But, of course, as a mom, and now I understand this, I don't think I did throughout it. But as a mom, she was worried, she was like, dude, get a fucking job while you're trying to be a DJ, or like, and I'd be like, but I need time to be a DJ. Like, so I've always had her support. Always, even if I didn't feel like I did, she was just being a mom, and shout out my mom. I get choked up because, you always want your mom or your parents to be supportive of your dreams. And I'm very blessed to say that my mom always supported, but my family, no. It took a lot for them to support. My brothers, my other rock, it was just us three, me, my mom, my brother. And like, it took a while for me to like show him. He's a musician. He does bass. He's played at Carnegie Hall with the cello. He's been in bands. He's 6-string bass.
He pretty much gets you.
Yeah, I mean, but like I can't read music theory. I can't read like I've tried. I've done those classes. I fucking failed them, and like I tried to always be under his wing. He's older than me, and it was hard to get his approval for this. And then I realized, it took a while, choking up again, for me to realize that you don't need anyone's approval.
Yep.
You don't need anyone's approval for anything, period, except yourself. And when I figured that out myself, I started to do it, not even give a fuck who was watching type shit. And then they come back around and they're like, damn, this kid's actually serious about it. And he's been doing it for how long without a job? And then this and that. And yeah. And, I think it was like, I'm up to like 3 years, 4 years now doing this full time. But my last job that I had, and I have side gigs and stuff, but my last job that I had, I strictly remember I was like, dude, like, I have to do this. I have to drop the corporate to go and do this. And it's going to be scary, and you're going to lose a lot of people, dude. But you know what? If you lose them, you're meant to lose them.
Fuck them, right?
Fuck them. Straight up, dude. And now I'll get some homies come back around, and I love everybody, and I love that they're back in my life, and I'll be here for that. I don't want to take any L's on that. But I remember, you feel me? I always remember. But I always have that thing in the back of my head, like, I didn't have to validate for nobody.
Yep.
So when I do remember, I ain't mad at you, bro, because like I didn't have to validate for you anyways.
Exactly.
I did this for myself, and I continue every fucking day, hourly, daily, you know. So,
hell yeah, dude.
show up for yourself.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Show up if you want to be seen.
That part.
What was like one of the worst jobs you had before doing this?
Oh fuck, dude, I've had so many jobs. What was the worst one? Dude, I couldn't even tell you, bro. Like I've worked it from like Buckle to like other retail to like PacSun to like I've opened 5 restaurants all over LA, Mendocino Farms as like a store opener. I've done like Panera delivery. I've done like so much, and a handful of jobs where I've just like walked out. I've been like, dude, you're talking to me like this right now? Are you kidding me? Fuck you. And I just dip out. The worst job, dude, honestly, none of them. I've never really had a job that I've specifically hated. There was a job that I like really, really, really dreaded and hated getting up and going to every morning. I worked at this fiberglass warehouse. So when I first moved out here, I was terrified. I dropped everything, moved from LA, drove here with 4 cats in my little Jetta S, packed to the brim. Nothing, knew nobody, nothing. And I was like, what do I do? I got out here and I was like, great, I'm a loser. So I was like, I need to go through like a job temp. And the temp agency got me in this fiberglass warehouse. And I'd wake up 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every fucking day. I'd have to be up at 4 a.m. And I'd be working with fiberglass. It'd be getting in my skin, in my eyes, and this. And I'd be like, just get that fucking paycheck. You need a new deck. Get that fucking paycheck. You need to do this. Get that fucking paycheck. You need to do that. And, you know, drugs and alcohol always come involved and start to cloud the brain. And you know what I mean? You kind of lose focus of why you were there in the first place. And, but, you know, I'd say that like you have to do jobs like that. You have to. Sometimes you really got to knuckle up and do it. Yeah. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. You got to do it. Like when I went and got my hand tattooed in between my fingers, like I'm bringing this up because pain, stuff like that, you put your mind in the same place where it's like, I can't think about this right now. When I work out daily, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this last set. I'm like, I can't think about that right now. I just got to get it done, bro, because I know what I got to do. And that's the same mindset you have to have when you do a shitty job. You got to be like, you know what, bro, I got to fucking do this. Yeah. Well, how about you? What was the worst job you ever had?
I think it was just delivering pizzas because like people are so fucking mean to delivery people. Man.
I did delivery.
Like,
I know.
You drive to give them their fucking food and they just like they don't tip or they just do whatever.
The first thing ever I've always asked is like delivery people like, what is the worst? Tips. And I've opened restaurants to where like I've worked so many as well to where I know like, you better fucking tip. Like, what's going on? There, all these door dashers that have to deal with that. I door dashed for a while too, and that's another one I hated. But like, again, you gotta fucking deal with some shit. That'll help you with your people person skills too. Yeah. Because you learn how to deal with it without getting mad. Yeah. Because guess what? This world is like that. Yep. Majority. I mean, unless you find your right path where you find these right people, but the world sucks, bro. Sometimes, you know. So like, you got to deal with that shit. Unfortunately.
You know, it's funny you bring up hand tattoos because I got my hands tattooed when I was like 18, and that was the day that I figured out like, man, I don't want like any regular like corporate fucking office job. Oh, that's so cool. Like some fucking. So it was kind of like a choice that I made. Like I'll never get like a corporate because they won't even hire me.
Oh hell no!
Like my ears are usually gauged up, but like I have to take them off for my headphones. But
I know mine's. I was having that issue, and mine are pretty big.
But like, yeah, man. I mean. Was there ever a time where you were just like, man, I made a mistake, bro. I should have just stayed in college, or like I should have just, or were you just like completely happy with your decision the entire time?
Fuck. You know, there was a lot of times where I thought about what if I stayed, and it was never for the aspect of I'd have a corporate job. It was always because I missed lacrosse.
Oh, yeah.
That's the truth. But when I make a decision, especially one like that, especially me to follow my dreams, I'm set on it.
Oh, yeah.
I had no regrets. I never do. You feel me? This is what I decided to do, and this is what I'm going to keep doing. And it's like, never look back. Any job that I got since I, decided to do that was so I could support myself for this, and like I've done lifeguarding. I've done a lot of other great jobs. I've had like, I've done like in the weed industry. I've done a lot of that stuff. So I've been in cultivation and a lot of that, which I love. Don't get me wrong. But like, honestly, dude, like, a lot of that was just to help backpack you to follow your dreams. That's basically it.
Oh, yeah, man.
And I say that word follow your dreams just because like, that's what it was to me. That's where Goonba, the name, came from, was like the Goonies, the movie. Like I was a goon. I was this kid who was just, by himself, just following this treasure, like the Goonies. He follows this treasure and he's like, it's so real. It's real. And all these people around him are like, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Older, bigger, smaller, different ages, boy, girl. They still followed him though, because they believed in him and he believed in himself. And like, I've carried that forever. When I saw that movie and then again and again and again, that's how Goonba was created. Other than, my nickname was Vinny Goomba growing up. My family would be like, hey, Goombadi, hey, So like those mix, it's just always follow your dreams. Always, whatever you want to do, fucking do it. As long as it's like a good decision.
Oh, yeah, dude. What do you think separates a good DJ from like a great DJ?
Oh, music comes in play and this, that, and the other. And a lot of people would say like, you gotta have the talent, you gotta have the music, what I really say about it is you gotta have the heart, because this is not for the weak. Basically like you gotta have the heart to be able to, like I've been saying, show up for yourself, but like also like show up for others. Your job is to make people fall in love with your music, your creation, your passion, and you got to have a lot of heart behind that. You have to, period.
Yeah.
That's going to follow great song choice, song selection, great mixing. Great promotion, great people person. Got to be a performer. But like when it comes down to it, you got to have heart. You got to have heart in this industry, because like, if you don't have heart, you just like, who's going to give a fuck? They're here for love. They're here for the music. They should be. So
Oh, yeah, man.
I would say what differs a good DJ from a great DJ could be heart, ego.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You gotta be able to be vulnerable. You gotta be able to talk to people and be a people person, and you know what I mean, level with somebody.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I love that, bro. And we have a few other comments here. Let me
Yay.
see.
Am I talking into the mic right? Should I be like
Yeah, no, I'm definitely hearing you for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Let me see what they said over here. Haley Gonzalez said, "Hey Goonba, you amazing. Miss ya, man."
Oh, she's a photographer. Shot me at Ramova. Shout out Haley.
DJ Rusty Records said, "What up?"
What up, Rusty Records?
Oh man, oh yeah, and don't forget, if you guys got any questions for me or Goonba, please feel free to comment on them.
Yeah, if you have any questions about my life or anything you guys want to ask, now's your chance.
Now is the chance. Don't
Quite vulnerable. Love this bell.
Now, how tough is it performing in front of a Chicago crowd compared to like a Las Vegas or like or you said Los Angeles?
Yeah, LA.
Yeah, LA.
So I haven't really performed too much in LA, to be honest with you. I did a lot of like groundwork out there.
Okay.
But Chicago crowd, especially like when doing house or whatever, Chicago likes to turn up.
Yeah.
You got to make sure everybody feels good and is involved, period. You know what I mean? So you got to play shit that they can sing with, they can dance with, they can feel something with. There's a thing like when I perform, a lot of clubs will say during the time slot that I perform, I up their bar sales a lot. Yeah. And it's because I get people jumping. I make you want to drink. I make you want to feel good, party, whatever it is. Like, and I think that right there is like what separates you. But you honestly could like do that type of performance in Chicago and the same thing in Vegas, and it would be the same. The crowds are always just going to want that lit energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I take the same performance everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Whether I'm here or there. Vegas crowds are going to probably be more personable. I'm probably going to look in the crowd and see that bully that hated on me in high school but is now loving me, or like, a brother of mine that's like family that I've been wanting to showcase everything I do because they see me online and they don't see me in person. So that's probably it. But I mean, like, honestly, again, it comes down to Chicago's got that heart, bro. They got that heart. They're not only there to just get fucked up. They're going to listen to your transition and they're going to make sure the song is good. Yeah. If you play a shitty song, they will come up to you and be like, what the fuck?
That shit was shit, bro.
No, literally. They will either tell you that or be like, yo, play something else, bro. Or like, get down. Or like, personally, not to me. I might have heard a couple times from people like, yo, what the fuck? There was one time, my first show ever in Chicago, ever playing in the city, I came out swanging with a dubstep song and they immediately ripped me out. He came up and fucking ripped everything out of the mixer, was like, get down, you're done. No. And I looked around and I'm like, and the next DJ that went on was like playing like lit, like hip hop, like tech house. And I was like, oh, that's when I got a lot of things, you got to like do it hands on and then be slapped in the face and be like, oh, makes sense. Because I wasn't having a good time either.
I feel that, dude. Yeah, man. I used to put a lot of shows on when I was younger, like a lot of like rock shows. In my first ever show, I was like 17 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know that you needed to provide a PA for people to perform with.
Oh.
Like the most simplest fucking thing. And one of the bands that I booked, they were like a little bit older, like in their like early 30s or something like that. And this dude comes up to me. He's all like, what the fuck is your problem, bro? Why? So what you pretty much what you said, like sometimes you get slapped in the face so you can learn certain
and you're
things.
Like, fuck.
And I'm like, oh, I was supposed to provide that? Oh, fuck.
Damn. And then going forward, you're like, let me help the next person so they don't.
Yeah, so now when I see people put on shows, I'm all like, do you have this? Do you have that? Let me remind you need this or whatever, man.
Chicago is great to start up here because they're so real. They will just straight up tell you. Now, Vegas, they'll be like, hey, that guy over there doesn't have blah, blah, blah. And then they'll just like, you'll be like, why didn't they call me back? Why aren't they hitting me up? And it's because it's like, but out here, they'll straight up be like, dude, nah, fuck that. You're done. Exactly. Goodbye. Get it right or get it tight. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it differs a lot wherever you're at, wherever you perform. I've noticed I played a lot of states and cities. I think I've hit like over, I had the count, 32 states, 30. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to hit all 50, but
it's over half of the United States, man.
Absolutely, I've definitely done that.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, I try to hit around like a good amount of cities throughout the year. So going to Minneapolis next week, I'm headlining out there. That's Tristan who's in the chat.
Hey, shout out Tristan.
Shout out Tristan. But yeah, it's cool to see. Like I've never been to Minnesota in my life, and I'm slanging tickets, man. I got cool people out there that really support my movement and. We had like a couple other runner-ups. Like there was a Steve Aoki show and a Mala show, and they're still snagging tickets. It felt good, I
love Steve Aoki.
Yeah, me too, low-key. I'm trying to be on that show coming out here. So.
Hey, good luck, man.
You'll see me on there, low-key.
So I know sometimes, well, for the most part, doing this kind of work, drugs and alcohol get involved, and a lot of people get involved in it heavily. What point did you start getting involved with like drugs and alcohol?
From the get-go.
Right
away. Before. I've sadly.
And then follow-up question real quick, my bad. At what point did you decide like, hey, like the drugs and alcohol were not for me. Like I need to stop and change my lifestyle?
So being born and raised in Vegas will take a toll on your liver. There's a lot of drinking that comes with that. And then a ton of life, a ton of trauma, a ton of bullshit. It wasn't too much of like a druggie, you know what I mean? I partied, but I was an alcoholic, bruh. I loved my drink. And
what was your drink of choice, if you don't mind me asking?
Belvedere. Straight up.
Yeah.
I used to have on my rider like a giant bottle of Belvedere, and they would get it for me. And there was a time, there was a time where when Goonba was doing his dubstep run, I had like I was doing this thing called cone fucking. I would find random traffic cones and I'd always fuck them in random places. Or I'd fuck like a big artist that I'm performing with the cone, or like it was blown up. Fans had cones in the crowd, cones here. But then I started cone chugs, and I would chug. I'd get like a nasty spider web cone from the alleyway. I would literally crack a Modelo with my teeth, pour it in the cone, and just send it. And I was legendary for it.
Awesome.
I was up to like 260 pounds at one point. Jeez. I was very overweight, and the beer took a toll on me. But no, so when I was a massive partier when I got into this, and when I first went to my first EDM event, they were like, I'm looking for Molly, and he was like,
song.
bloop, bloop, bloop. And I was like, I love this, it's always been there. It's always been there. It's always been a demon in my life. Fast forward to, I'm now 2 years and 9 months. So 2 years and 9 months ago, May 11th, I can tell you the last night I drank. It's a hard one. So I basically, I hated, for years myself. I was never bad to anybody. I've always been an amazing person, genuine to the core. When it comes down to it, I was bad to myself. A lot of self, and it took a toll. I used to stare in the mirror and be like, how the fuck do you change? Like, how can you just change, bro? Like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm saying it while drinks here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I feel you, brother.
Fuck. And so there was a show I played, which, my first headlining show this year was at this place. So May 11th, 2 years ago, 9 months ago, I fucking was on this bill at the Forge, and it was upstairs at the Icon Room, and I was just on the bill, and I got super, super, super fucked up that night, and when the night ended, it did not for me, and I kept going, and things just got to a point to where, I was dating a girl at the time who, she looked at me daily and would be like, you're so unattractive when you drink, and like, a lot of people would tell me this, and it'd be in my head, and I'm like, dude, I already fucking know this. I hate myself, I'm like, I already fucking want to change, and I did a little bit too much, and like multiple times I didn't think I would wake up from a scenario. Multiple times I tried to do that, and this was that time where I woke up the next morning, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done feeling this way. You know that feeling when you wake up the next morning and you're like, what the fuck did I do?
Like fucking ass.
Yes, but worse, when you're like ass and like guilty, even though you didn't do anything. Maybe you didn't do shit. Maybe you made everyone have a great time. But in your heart, you're so disgusted, bro. That was it. I was done. I was like, I got to be done. I dropped alcohol. I dropped all drugs. And I dropped nicotine right then and there, straight up.
Like cold turkey?
Cold fucking turkey, bro. And everyone around me was like, well, you want to go to AA? You want to? No, dude, I did this shit on my own. That was the day I bought a gym membership, then that next day. And I just every day go to the gym. That's when I first got my most painful tattoos. So like underneath on my ribs, my shin, my ankle, like in between my fingers, on my fingers. That's when I started really like on my elbow, in the ditch. That's when I really was like, I want to go do all this sober. I want to do all this and see what the fuck my body can really handle. And that's my sort of way of coping. Everyone has their own. But I showed myself that I'm really strong, and that there's a lot more to your brain than you think. And then I started to learn things again. I started to watch history shit and learn shit about the body and anatomy, and more like learning, because I lost it all throughout. You fucking kill yourself when you do too. I don't know if I can say that, when you do a really number on your brain and your body when you do it for so long. And I lost who I was, bro. I completely didn't know who I was. I was like, who are you? Like, if you can ask that, like genuinely one day, look in the mirror, be like, who are you? And if you can't answer that because there's a substance blocking, you should figure something out. And that's what it was, And I was like, can I really do this? Mind you, like there was times where I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna ever give this shit up. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to give it up. I don't know how I can change, but I know I can fucking change. I also at the time was obsessed with manifesting and the key of life and learning about that and learning about talking good and saying good things. And your mouth is like a wand. You're a magician. Everything you say, everything comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how things happen.
Yeah. For
Good or bad, your mouth happens. And so, yeah, dude, May 12th, 2 years ago, 9 months, I straight up cut it all cold turkey. And then each month I celebrate big towards myself on the 12th. Every month I feel that day and it feels so fucking good. And for the people that have seen me and been here and have seen me do all these shows, cone chugging and fucked up, and they're still here today, and they come back to me and they see me out and they hug me and squeeze me, and I'm like, wow, these people really did care, because I've always had this in my heart. I've always been Vinny, dude. It's always been me. And that's why another thing, there's like, I'm getting over this next part where people like to talk bad about you and get a rise out of it. To my core, I've been a great person, and I always hold that, deep. And a lot of these people that are still here know that. And that's why they're here and hug me, because I've only been self-sabotaging. And that's why it's like when people do come out with bullshit, that's what I call it, a lot of stupid shit. It's like, Vinny's always been a great person, man. And until you know him, you don't know him. And it's like, that's why I do things like this, because I want more people out there to know who I am and to know that you too can make a change at any time. Bro, I'm 30 right now. I did this at 28. I started drinking at fucking 13 years old. 13 years old. I'll straight up say that. And I was an alcoholic by 17, 18, 19. It got really fucking bad. Yeah. By 21, dude. I was a pro. I feel that, bro. And it's like, I've been gifted time after time after chance after chance. And, it took a toll. And it's like, now I will post about it. I'll do it. And you'll see the flood of support. And so many people that are now sober to this day, I remember them coming to me months back being like, dude, because of you, I'm dropping it right now.
Oh, yeah, man.
And that's why I will never stop. I will never stop inspiring. I will never stop posting, promoting that. Period. Even when I play a big show, dude, I will get on that fucking microphone. Yo, I'm Goonba. I love you all. I am 2 years and something sober.
Hell yeah.
Just to be like, you can fucking do it. And I'm telling a crowd of people that I was once in that crowd, popping the bean, feeling that shit. And, I'm not here to be like, shame on you. You should be sober. Fuck no. Take it if you can do it. Be healthy. Be smart. Be whatever. But it's just an outlet for someone else to be able to be like, yo, I want to try that. I want to do that too. Because maybe you're scared and want to change too and don't know how. And like, dude, there was times where I'm telling you, bro, I would be screaming. I go to the wilderness and just be like, why? Like, why? And that power is what led me to here. It's manifesting everything. And since then, manifesting is just it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Every day, look at yourself in the mirror. Every day, look in the mirror and be like, you're the one. You're the one. You're important. You matter. You're loved. Every day.
I feel you, bro. I feel that, man. It's all up to yourself, man. Nobody's forcing you to like chug this or to take that. It's all up to yourself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very inspiring to listen to you be so open about your sobriety and stuff.
Thank you.
Was there any like a moment where you thought you were like completely at the bottom? Is there like a story you can share at all? And then what are the benefits that you have had since being sober? Like, do you feel different? Like, what's up with that?
So multiple times I thought I was at rock bottom. Multiple times I've seen my bank account, my life, my friends, everything crumble at once. There's multiple times in my life where I have been like, this is it. And that's that. But, I could share a story. So, there was a time where, recently I had a fiance and then we broke up, and that really fucked with me. And then I was stuck with an apartment and I couldn't pay for it, and that really fucked with me. And my job then cut me out, so I lost that, and that really fucked with me. And then my car took a shit, so I couldn't go anywhere, and that fucked with me. And then, I had friends that I found out weren't friends, and that really fucked with me. And I realized that, like, you know, what is next in my life? What is there? And I think that's when, you know, I probably should have hit the turn of let's get sober, but I took the other turn and I went down really, really dark path. And there was a night that, like, I mixed two substances that you shouldn't. And I felt myself going out. Jeez. And sorry. I felt myself, like, you know, I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. Your mom, your family, your brother, your supporters, you got to do more, dude. You got to do more. And I realized that the brain created a computer. The brain created everything. The brain creates decisions. So you can decide to do something different. And, you know, hitting rock bottom will teach you to stand up. Hitting rock bottom, you can either go and hit the rock bottom and let it keep you there, or you could just stand up and shake it off and look in the mirror and be like, no, dude, you're a fucking human being. You're blessed to be a human being. Your soul was put in this body. Okay, this body isn't you, bro. This body is carrying you. You're in there. You're all in there. You're in there. And until you realize that you're two separate things, you won't treat it with respect because you think this is it. This ain't fucking it. Energy never dies, bro.
I feel that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
No matter what. Energy never goes away. That shit stays bottled up no matter what. So once you give that body respect, that's when you can be like, this is it. I've hit rock bottom in my soul. You know, that day when I was feeling it, my heart, it was going, bro. It was the scare. I looked at my friend, barely reached for him, and, like, he was like, fuck, guys, we need help. I'm not going to get into more about it, but, like, sorry, Mom. But, like, you know, it's intense. It's very intense when you hit a rock bottom state, but you have to realize that your soul is what's carrying that rock bottom state. Your soul is what can pick you up. Your soul is what can tell your body to turn around and make that change. And yeah, and, you know, and since that's the second part of the question, since then, sobriety has been fucking everything, bro. Everything. I'm telling you, as soon as I was sober for a month, maybe, I looked at my mom again. And I was like, Mom, you're so fucking beautiful. Aww. I was like, your voice is so pretty. Like, you're my mom. Where have I been? And then that right there made me realize everything. Fucking trees, grass, food. And then I realized what I'm putting in my body. Why do I eat processed food every day? Why am I eating this red 40? Why am I allowing things that I know are bad continue to consume me? And that's where decision making came in. So I started getting all these angel numbers. I have almost all of them tattooed on me. And then I have the angel wings in the back of my neck. I realized that, you know, you could be carried by angels, which is your spirit, your good karma, whatever that is you literally, it's these angels that are guiding you to do right things. It's good decision making. And with sobriety, you make good decisions. And if you make good decisions, you fucking feel good. If you make bad decisions, you feel bad. And then that fucks you up. You feel me? That'll really tear you down. So since my sobriety, fuck, dude, I feel amazing. I wake up great. I sleep great. I fucking work out great. I do music amazing. I can talk to people. Oh, yeah. Instead of like, bro, that ain't it. That ain't it. We're humans. Look at them in the fucking eyes and speak to them. Like, you know what I mean? I looked over there and looked at her boobies.
That's what they're there for.
There's a mannequin over here. She's looking saucy. Yeah. But no, basically, sobriety is the winning tool. That is the tool. Any millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, successful person out there, entrepreneur, if you go down in roots, you'll find out most of them, if not all of them, are sober. Yeah. The ones that are, you know, fucked up are just like because they have money from trapping or from indictment, whatever the fuck they're doing. But like when it really comes down to it, the key to life starts with yourself, sobriety. Until you get sober and really clear your mind, or not even like get sober. I mean, I smoke ganja, but what I mean by that is like ditch your toxins that are clouding you from realizing that this body is gifted to you and that your soul needs to protect it because you only have one of them to do. And this is your legacy, and you got to live it. Your legacy isn't to be clouded and blinded the whole time. You know what's crazy is they meaning them, the government, everything, they purposely want you to be clouded.
Yeah.
They want you to be closed-minded. Your third eye is a real thing. It's another part of your intuition that like won't open if it's clouded. It won't open. You could be eating foods that are clouding it. You could be drinking stuff that are clouding it. But the real thing that is drugs and alcohol. That's what clouds it. All it is a stimulant for your judgment at the time of. That's all it is. There's no benefit whatsoever from that. You know what I mean? And, herbs, marijuana, amazing benefits. Phenomenal benefits for people like me, ADD and ADHD, that have lived with pills and excuses their entire life. It's like, that's why, I'll have fucking a nice cup of tea and a blunt. Joint. See, the thing about blunts is that's how is my source of nicotine. I was able to still smoke my blunts here and there, and that was my source of nicotine. Now, I was just one who loved the blunts. They burn slow, they hit different, whatever. But up until recently, Lost Lands of September, I kick the blunts. I'll smoke them here and there because I'll be like, yo, let's get a caviar in. But like, I realized I was addicted to the blunts still. Yeah. I had a vice and it was the blunts. And I was like, no, but until you realize what your body deserves, it's going to take a while for you to, because you're clouded.
Hell yeah,
your
man.
Judgment, everything,
I believe that for sure, man. Yeah,
absolutely.
I've definitely been through stuff like that too. And I just want to ask, first of all, I want to say thank you for being open about all that stuff because it's very inspiring. But then what's like a piece of advice that you would give somebody that already knows like, hey, man, like I'm doing this substance way too much. I got to change. I just don't know where to start. What would your piece of advice be to somebody like that?
It's hard because everyone's different. I would just say like my first piece of advice is how you feel. You probably feel like shit, right? You don't want to feel like that anymore, right? You don't deserve to feel like that anymore, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So straight up, think deep about how you feel. Not about, my health. Not about, my girlfriend's going to leave me. Not about, this, that, and the other thing. It's like, how do you feel? 100%. If you're the happiest motherfucker in the world and you know your life and you everything and nothing bothers you, whatever, and you're an addict, great. That's all you. That's what you're happy with. But if you're struggling and you want to make a change, the first step to making a change is realizing it's not for you. Think about that. Friends, relationships, video games, food. When you're a kid and you're playing a video game and you don't like it, what would you do? Not play the game.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Go outside and play with a friend. Play with that one that you like to do. You forget about that as you grow older. You forget that like I'm in a relationship and I don't even like her, or I'm drinking and I don't even like it. Like I was in relationships after relationships that I did not like and I wasn't supposed to be in, and I fucking stayed. You know how many people do that? All of us. All of us. Because we're human. Because we get clouded. But as a kid, if you didn't like broccoli at the time, you didn't fucking eat it. If you didn't like that blue Gatorade, you didn't fucking drink it.
Right.
Where'd that go?
Give me that fucking red Gatorade.
You feel me? And that's where now I'm 30 and I feel so good. I can't wait to turn 31.
Hell yeah.
I'm so fucking excited because now I'm like reliving my past life through my new body. It's incredible. It's an incredible feeling. So my one piece of advice, and a lot of people have asked me, is like straight up, dude, how do you feel? And your answer, if you want to change, is probably not good. So like, feel good. Start to do what you can to feel good. Whatever that is. Goon longer. Go to the gym longer. Eat a donut. Do something other than that that's making you feel bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. No, that's cool, dude. I mean, I know personally there's like a lot of people out there that struggle with the same thing.
Absolutely, dude.
And so everyone's just trying to feel good, man. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
And and they think that the drugs and alcohol will make them feel good when they're feeling bad about doing it. And then they'll do it and it just continues to make you feel worse. 100%. If you ever have doubts, this is mine to the people. If you ever have doubts about what you're doing substance-wise or life decision-wise and you're having doubts about it, try to change it up and just see how you like the other outcome. Just try to change it up. Give yourself that. Oh, like I can't quit for a week and then try and get on and off. I couldn't quit for a day and then get back on and then get off. No, it was either I quit or I don't. And a lot of people are like that. My piece of advice for that is do it. Just try it. Just try it. I have this tattoo on my leg every time I look down and it says don't quit and it's crossed off and says do it. It's like just do it. Straight up, brother.
Yeah. Now, was that Waka Flocka show before or after your sobriety?
Oh, this was recent. This was definitely after my sobriety. All of these big shows were after my sobriety.
Oh, yeah.
Post sobriety before was just, local shows. I headlined a lot, but it's because it was about me, and then and I never gave room for me to grow in order to be like, now it's time to play with the big dogs. You always have to go through that, though. You always have to go through that to realize like what ego you can have rather than confidence, and not letting those two get in the way of one another and overlap. But no, so the Waka Flocka show was awesome. I manifested that. I played at the Ramova Theater. This was all last year. I played at the Ramova Theater with Black Carl and Getter. And that was my debut at the Ramova. And mind you, I've been wanting to play at the Ramova forever. I saw Breaking Benjamin there once, and I was like, I want to play here. And then they started doing EDM there again, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So after I played for Getter, I saw the flyer of the Waka Flocka Floss, and I saved the flyer on my phone. The day they dropped it, I saved it on my phone, made it my wallpaper, and every day I put in my phone that I'm on the show. Every day I was like, I'm on the show. Every fucking day I said it. This was probably 3 months before the show. The show was in December. Fast forward, I emailed probably 50 times checking up. And the guy who was booking me, the middleman, was like, yo, I'm waiting on their team to approve you. So you're approved through the promoter, through the guys, everything. They're waiting for the big dogs, Waka and Floss to approve. Bro, they didn't approve me until the day before or 2 days before.
No way.
But I acted like I was on this show. I manifested it because I knew it. I knew it. And it's a perfect fit. Mind you, Flosstradamus was the first trap artist back when I first did this in Baltimore in 2014. First artist I ever stood on stage, and I was a hoodie boy, and I'm wearing their merch, and I grabbed the microphone because I was hyping for someone before them. So I grabbed the microphone, and one of the dudes was like, no. The other guy was like, yeah. And I kept going, and they were like, wait, we love this kid. And so fast forward, I said that day, I'm going to perform with Floss one day. Fast forward, Flosstradamus was 2 people, and now they're 1. Now he's back on tour, whatever. I saw this show. I'm like, this is destiny. I was like, I'm on the show. And then I messaged Floss after they accepted me, and I was like, thank you guys so much. I can't wait. And he's like, bro, I'm so ready for this. I remember you. I'm so ready for this. And I was like, full circle moment. I told him the story of the first show I met him at and everything. And he was like, bro, this is crazy. Let's get it. So yeah, that show was epic. They bring out Waka Flocka with Floss because they have a track together.
Okay.
Way back in the day, TTG, 2 turned up, I can't turn down.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Waka Flocka and him. And so now they're doing shit together. Waka's great, dude. Waka's he's the one who's been in Juggalo parties. He's the one who's been in house parties. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Waka Flocka's that one, man. You feel me? So they had Basic. He was the opener, and then it was me as support, and then Waka Flocka, and then Floss, which it was so perfect because I brought that kind of hip hop, but Goonba style energy, trap. It was like old trap, like dum 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 dum, but like old trap, and then the drop was new stuff. So I was fucking that shit up, dude. That was so sick. But I also was a special guest later in the night. So I played that set, stayed a little bit for Wakas, then I had to dip. I do this a lot. I'll do like double headers because I would be double booked. Yeah. And so then I brought all my people. They literally left the Waka show and they went to my show and they fucking met me out there, and it was at Magoo's. It was 30-minute drive, and I didn't get to see Floss perform. I didn't even get to see him perform. Damn. And that was like a dream come true, full circle moment. But like it goes back to where it's like, yeah, this is what I do. You feel me? This is what I do, and I love, and I can't stop doing. And I had the opportunity for Hazcat to be on their show, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll be your special guest. Let's fucking go. Right. So yeah, that show was so much fun, dude. I've done a lot in the hip hop industry. I told you earlier I was the DJ for the Loonies. I got 5 on it. Bro. So like I've been with some legends, bro.
Yeah, man. What are some of your top moments from those shows that you've experienced?
It being real. It being like I played with Afro Man, Rick Ross, fuck, dude, the list goes on. I can't even think of them all right now. But like some big dogs to where I've been like, I'd stop and be like, oh my God, I used to listen to this track like walking home from school, you know, worrying about my test I have to do so I can get into college. Like I had no fucking thoughts or ideas of, and it's incredible. One of my most favorite moments was when I was with the Loonies. Right before we performed, I Got Five on it. They stopped. They took a break. The crowd was going crazy. He goes, yo, right here's that shit. He's rolling it up. It was Snoop Dogg's private reserve weed that they gave them. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, he's like, here. He puts a chain on me to wear while I'm smoking it. That shit was, I had my own chains. I always got my chains. But that shit was like, I'm like, no way. And I'm like, it hit me, dude. I was like, dude, this shit's real. And then I'm smoking with them while we're performing. I Got Five on it. Like,
oh yeah.
Fuck, dude. It was just so surreal to me.
Bro.
Like, but like I've seen a lot in the hip hop industry to realize that like, yeah, I'd still do hip hop shit. I just DJ'd for Clay Jean. We'll get into it. I have a collab with him coming. But like I love the hip hop industry and I'll always be a part of it. But I realize that it's not my thing, you know, like it's a little different. It's a lot different. It's a lot different. And I was like, yeah, I want to get out. I'll be back, but I want to get out, you know.
I feel that, bro.
Yeah, hopefully I'm playing with the Loonies again. I haven't heard back either. I think it was 2026 or 7 in Brazil. So, nice. Yeah, I'm still, you know, I think they're still going to try to get me on that, but.
Oh, yeah. And we got a couple more comments on here. Let me see. Who's Haley Gonzalez says, have you ever thought of a tour?
Absolutely. I've done a few. I was on like I used to do them per season. So I did a spring tour, a fall for you tour. That was fun. Summer fling. You know, I'd bring them out. Yes, I'm going to do another tour for sure. Not until Goonba has like, you know, a full plethora of good amount of music or whatever. That'll be like, you know, when I'm fully ready there. I'm thinking next year. Next year, Goonba self tour. It's going to happen. Big with big supporters on that. Like big supporters. You're going to be like, what the fuck? And it's like, because we're all doing this. But I think before that, I would love to hop on a tour and, you know, be on a tour as support. I think that'd be really dope.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Any artists do you have in mind that you would want to open up for on a tour?
Oh, fucking yeah. Are you kidding? Like,
what are your like top 3 artists that you think you would want to open up for?
That I haven't played for yet?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or that you've played for, I guess. I don't really care.
Well, I mean, because I am playing this year with some that I played with last year. I'm really excited about that. But to be honest with you, Skrillex, I mean, everyone's going to say Skrillex probably, but like he's my number one. I kind of follow with the genre of his where it's like multi-genre where you can like bust out and play a lot of different things.
Now, how far back do you go to being a Skrillex fan? Were you there when he was in like this post-hardcore band back in the day?
Yeah, Sonny Moore.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the band. I had 3 of their songs
from first to last.
There you go. I had like 3 of his tracks on my little iPod Shuffle at the time. But yeah, no, as soon as his the first, I mean, the Kyoto and then Sprites saw, and then, you know, when all of that started coming out is when I really locked in with him.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I've always been there. But I would say him for sure, because that's just like, that's wow. Another one that I'm still hoping for, hopefully it comes sooner than later, is the Yuki Boys.
Oh yeah. Who are those? I'm not really familiar with
them. They're actually coming out here in March, and I was hoping to get on this show. I haven't heard back yet. But it's a duo, and they're like really like woo, like
shit.
Yeah, like nasty wubbies. But like, you know, I've always been inspired by them since the get-go of all of this, and to see where they're at. Like we've been in the same room, we've seen each other. They know who I am because they've seen me online. I know them. I play a lot of their music. I spend a lot of time on their shit, but I don't know. You know, definitely them. It's one of those that like, it's just like, it means a lot to my career path, I would say. And wait, the third one I just had it. Fuck. Motherfucker. Basically, Wait, Skrillex, Yuki, and who was that last? Oh, fuck. Because I would want to say LS Dream only because of the fact that Twonk Team I was a part of way back in the day with Brills. Brills is now LS Dream, which is actually insane. So if I was able to get on the same bill with him, I would love to be like another full circle moment, just like it was with Flostradamus.
Nice.
But I'm going to hold that one and say Bunt. Bunt is this artist that's been really blowing up recently. He played at North Coast that I saw his set. It was incredible. And he just pushes this love and inspiring energy that's just so fucking beautiful. And, you know, I push that. And when you play a song out, you can look out and everyone is crying and screaming with you and you're dripping sweat and that's the energy. That's the feeling. That's the moment. And yeah, I'd say Bunt.
Oh yeah, that's sick, dude. We have a couple more other comments. It says Tristan Cornell, I'll be live painting at the Minneapolis show. Excited to meet you.
Oh, cool.
You're playing
dude.
a Minneapolis show?
Minnesota,
Minneapolis.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're the same place.
Okay.
It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. That's February 27th. That's next week. I'm headlining out there.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm excited to meet you too, dude. Fuck yeah. You're doing live painting. That's cool. Hey, maybe make me something cool. I love that.
Says right here, Cozy K Dubs 100%.
Kozik. Yep, that's it.
Kozik. My bad, Kozik.
100%. He's the Don. He's the one who helped perfect all my skills. Okay. When I was just in LA like 2 weeks ago, I got to see him and we linked up. He's my brother, dude. We got to do a live stream. We posted it, but it was incredible. Great to see him.
Oh yeah, man. So I got some rapid fire questions here.
Ooh,
Yep, that's what that's for. So I got a few here. So pretty much I'll ask you a couple questions. Once you're done answering, ring the bell. And if there's any that either you want to give a further explanation to, or if I feel like I want to ask a further explanation to, we'll do that after. We answer all
cool.
10 questions.
Let's get it.
So let's see. Rapid fire question number 1.
Oh.
Day party or warehouse at 2 a.m.?
Where's the day party at? And where's the warehouse party at? Chicago? Are both of these Chicago?
These are both Chicago spots, yeah.
Warehouse party.
Warehouse
I've done many
party.
of them. You'll see it later. Shout out Redline.
Let me see. Hell yeah. USB or vinyl?
USB.
USB, baby, of course.
Come on. I keep them things on me. I've been on vinyl before, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Festival or club?
Which festival?
Ooh.
Nah, fuck that. Club.
Club.
Oh.
Chicago summer or LA summer?
Summertime shy.
There you go. Most overrated EDM trend right now?
Fucking Flow Stars. I'm sorry, but they hit me in the face every time I walk by. I want to talk more about the Flow Stars.
Okay. House, techno, dubstep, or trap?
And you asked Goonba that question, man. Say it again.
House, techno, dubstep, or trap?
To perform or to listen to?
To perform.
Dubstep.
Dubstep. Boop, boop. What's a guilty pleasure track that you play?
Oh, man. I got a couple of them. On My Mind, Side Piece, VIP, because it's you stay on my mind, think about you all the time, got to get to know you well, if you kiss it, I don't tell, bomb, and then it goes, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Sweet. If you weren't a DJ, you'd be
either in the weed industry or restaurant stuff. But I'm also a sexy butler. I do dances and stuff like that. Hey. And I also do like content. Ooh. So probably that nowadays. No corporate for me, bud.
No corporate. You got it. Just OnlyFans.
Actually, You can get my link. Hit me up.
There
Comments,
we go.
whatever.
We'll post the link somewhere down below.
Oh, no. That's separate, by the way. I have my own name for that. So
Sweet. Biggest pet peeve at shows?
mean people.
Mean people. The people that cross their arms.
And the
during
bad
show.
energy or like mean people or smelly people. Like there's a way to not be. I understand if you really can't, but there's enough people there that if they've got a handful of drugs, they probably have a spray somewhere. That's all I gotta say.
I feel that, man. It's not that hard to take a shower before a show.
Type shit or just deodorant.
What's one thing you want fans to understand about your shows?
That you're coming to them to have a great time. You're coming to them to feel love, energy, and, you know, to escape your reality, your current reality, so that way you can come, like, really be yourself. Period.
Hell yeah. Afters, or would you rather go to sleep?
Sleep. I've done my fair share of afters. Like I said, you got to show up. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But after you do it enough, my team will still hit me up, Jake and all them. They're like, yo, come to the afters. We have a great opportunity. I'm like, tell them to text me. I got to go to bed. I'm going to take a bath.
Oh yeah, man. That was all the rapid fire questions we had. You said there was one specific that you wanted to talk about.
I love this bell. Flow Stars.
Flow
So I
Stars.
love it because it's new and I'm like an OG Glover back in the day, whatever. So like Flow Stars are new. I appreciate it. I appreciate the talent. I've tried to do it. It's hard. It does take talent. These things are fucking crazy. But know your space. I can't walk anywhere in the crowd or anything without getting smacked in the face with one of those things or it flying over to you and hitting. Like, I get you're trying to practice whatever, but like always just notice your space. I'm like, what the fuck? Or like another time I saw one and this guy was really fucked up. Whatever he's doing it falls, it gets into nasty, drinks get on it, it's wet, he's swinging it, everyone around him got wet.
Oh, that's
So like
the worst,
just things
man.
like that. Just like what the fuck?
Be aware of your
That's a new
surroundings,
EDM
guys.
trend. Like get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's
Like
crazy, man.
really practice and then come out.
For our yeah, man. That sounds fucking terrible, man. Let's see what we got right here. What's like an emotion that you like to invoke on people when they're like listening to your sets? Like, what kind of emotions do you want from them?
I want them to feel happy. Period. I want them to feel good. My music, whether I produce it or I'm performing it, is set out there to just make people feel good. Whether they're feeling like, oh, this bass, or they're like, yeah, or they're like, whoa, or they're like, like I want them to feel, dog. I want them to really feel good. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yep. Straight up.
Do you consider yourself just a DJ, or do you think that you're an entertainer? Or
Absolutely. Way more than just a DJ.
What do you consider yourself?
Definitely entertainer, performer, influencer. It goes down to that. Creator, way more than a DJ. I love to DJ, but that is like, I'm a guitar player. I play guitar. You know what I mean? It's just an instrument in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I love everything else. I love performing. I love being in front of the camera. I love, like making reels. I love doing all of the extra shit. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot that comes with it. If you're just a DJ, you're probably doing weddings.
Yeah.
You see, I don't really, you know what I mean? I'll do weddings if it's my
Corporate
brother's
DJ.
type shit. Yeah. There is like a corporate DJ type of world, you know?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you're performing, what are you chasing when you're performing? Is it just like success? Is it freedom? Is it validation? Or like, is it something like deeper that you want to?
I'm
that
hungry.
you're chasing.
I'm hungry. When I'm performing, I'm hungry. So each performance is me performing. This is what I do. It's like let me give you like Bob Marley. He's about to go out there and have a performance. What's he going to do? He's going to send his message through all of his songs. What am I going to do? I'm going to send my message through my performance. So that's me being very energetic, me playing the music, me, you know what I mean, doing all that. So like basically, yeah, straight up. My main goal is to just like send that message, you know what I mean? To go out there and like send that fucking message. I'm really like I'm set on like, you know, the next one's going to be great. I'm going to perform this one. It's going to get me great success after this show. Like, I don't really look at that. I look at every show as the same type of opportunity, no matter who's in the crowd. Anybody could be listening. That could be a daughter of someone extremely important. Side note, John Summit's dad used to like come out to a lot of my sets, and he was there at Tao when I had my birthday show at Tao last year. And yeah, it's stuff like that, like to have like legends in the building of like, you don't know who's listening. So it's like, you never should be like trying to be like, oh, this set's going to get me so much, or I have a lot of money coming from it or whatever. It's always like, you know, I'm out here to send my message. I'm hungry. I'm out here to show you what the fuck I'm about. You feel me? When I get these sets, no matter what it is, I'm like, yeah, it's my chance to like make sure people have a good time and talk about it. And say Goonba, he throws the fuck down. You know? Goonba, man, that was a great fucking time. Period.
I always play a show like it's like your best show in the world, man. You know?
Every time, dude. I've even done garage events, like I said, those free stupid opportunity things where, man, I played it like there was 3,000 people there, like the video you'll see in a little bit, like literally straight up.
Man. Speaking of videos, I have a couple of videos here, and I was hoping you could maybe talk about them a little bit.
Yes.
So let me play this first one, and you can tell me what's going on here, what was going on in your brain while you were playing this, and maybe how you got the show.
All right. See. They'll hear me talk over
what is that?
This was at Redline. So this was at 4 to 5 a.m. The sun was rising. It was underneath a bridge. I got hit up while I was doing a Butler gig and being nice and sexy and dancing for a ton of beautiful people. I got hit up by Redline. Hey, can you come do a late night set? And I was like, sure. What's the details? And basically, yeah, they had me come out and do 4 to 5 a.m. I went from my event that I was currently doing straight to there. And so many people walking up to that place. It was like secret. It was under a bridge. It was like there were so many fucking bodies. And the guy before me is throwing down. But it was, fuck. What am I saying? It was Kula back-to-back Hunter. They were going hard. Oh, hell yeah. Legends. But I was like, I need to pick this shit up. It's 4 a.m. I need to pick it up. So I basically jumped through a few different genres during that video, but at that time of that, it was just straight vibes. I had people screaming, bro. I had that energy unreal. Yeah, it was probably more than 1,200 people. I put 1,200 because
it was probably more though.
Low shot. It was definitely probably more though. It was.
That's awesome.
They packed these fuckers out, dude.
I was gonna say, man, Redline never misses, bro. Like,
Ever.
I've been to a couple of their events. Like, it's pretty cool, man. If you guys ever look them up on Instagram, or whatever, and it's,
you've probably seen them. They're trending videos. Usually, whenever they talk about underground warehouse raves in Chicago, Redline is it. I mean, there's a lot of other ones. Don't get me wrong, and I love a lot of other companies, but you know, Redline is wearing the fucking crown.
And they're kind of like a little secretive, aren't they? You kind of have to like wait for like the day of to get the address or something like that.
There was times where, you know, in the beginning of the Redline days, I've been here since the beginning of Redline. I know the creators from the get-go. And there was a time where we saw him get put away in an unmarked vehicle, and we were like, what the fuck? So he's been in touch with the city. He's been in touch with the big dogs to where they see his vision, and they see, you know, and they've kind of given him leniency and or, you know, pick a space that is legal to do it and still make it secretive, because it makes, you know, everyone else like feel a lot more underground. But like, you know, it's not just an abandoned warehouse that you rip the tape and cut the fucking they've done it all. I've seen them do it all, where they've went to places where they've really like done that. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I've always, no matter what it is, something like that, especially if you open up to 18 plus, there's going to be a lot of fucked up shit that happens. There's not real police. There's not real whatever. To their standards, they always want to have good events, and they throw good events. I mean, regardless of what goes on behind closed doors within that, like, you know, you can't hate a company because of all those things, you know.
There's a lot of individual people to handle, and you can't really control the individual.
100%. You know what I mean? 100%. And mind you, I'm not saying any of it's okay or whatever. I'm just saying that like a lot of people out there are like, fuck Redline for this, that, and the other. And it's like, never, ever fuck that, because they are creating a space for a whole new outlet of of legendary history of the city. They have done things that will be talked about for decades.
For real, dude.
No cap.
Especially like being in Chicago when like house music is like something really big. They're kind of like continuing that like legend
with
of
the
Chicago.
nowadays. All right, so it was house music here, and then tech house music, and then techno, and now it's like fucking hard techno, and that's Redline's carrying it.
Hell yeah, man.
Especially for this like younger culture, younger-ish culture, the like 21 and up, whatever, like 22, even 23. Where are they gonna go? All these misfits. Where are they gonna go? To the clubs of Chicago?
Yeah, right?
It's not their space. They show up with face tattoos. They're not gonna get in. They show up with the wrong pants. They're not gonna get in. You go to these Redline events, you're gonna get in.
Free to go.
Yeah, and you have a great fucking time, and you can really let loose. I mean, and this is where it comes down to we gotta protect each other. Because events like this, there's not a lot of people that, like that are upper that can really be like, hey, we're going to regulate everything. Like, we got to make sure we protect one another. Give people water. Make sure everyone's cool. Be nice. Don't fight. Don't bring in those people. Don't bring those friends that are like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We try to keep this culture like how it is. And like, that's how you wean out those fucking weirdos, man. I'm sick of these goddamn weirdos, dude. They're always going to be there, but like, we can wean them out. And it comes down to our culture. And that's the reason why I'm here, is because the people have built this to where it's at. Literally, the crowd was me at one point. The crowd was Crank Dad at one point. The crowd was Levity at one point. We've all been there, bro. Now what it is to this day, what it's going to be is us. It's us. It's the consumers of this industry that is also going to keep it going.
Yeah, we're now the people putting all that stuff in place.
100%.
Yeah.
Like with the rock industry, with the hip hop industry, a lot of that is like already like set up, and or you really got to be massive to get really massive shit. But like out here, it's like you could get an opportunity where like it came from the people and it's derived by the people, and that's why we got to keep the community strong.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Redline. Always.
Hell yeah. And all right, I got a couple more.
Videos.
See.
I love it.
Let's see what this one is.
Levity. This is the one I was talking about. So I'm freestyling my set here. There's 3,000 people here, sold out. We're from. That was such. I already know. I don't even have to hear it. Goom, it'll sound like. So that right there was just. I didn't feel anything. It went by like 10 minutes because, mind you, I was freestyling. So everything right there is just so fucking natural, bro. Look at the pan.
Yeah.
Look at the pan.
That's a lot of.
They're also up in. It goes back far.
That's a massive amount of people.
It was
man.
insane. That feeling was incredible. Hearing the screams, all of it. It was phenomenal. That right there is the moment that I knew, this is it. Like, it's no longer like, am I not gonna do it? Am I gonna let this? Am I gonna? It's no longer that. It's I wake up every fucking day and I do everything I can to push towards that. So that way I can have my own openers and I can be the headliner of that.
Hell yeah. Do you remember how many people were in that crowd?
Yeah, 3,000.
That was a 3,000.
So the capacity was 3,000.
And we sold out. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it sold out quite immediately. Levity sold it out. It was Goonba, Tatsu, and Levity.
Were you like nervous going up at first?
Fuck yeah. I mean, nervous. My type of nervous is I wanted to make sure everything was right, which it went wrong. And then also I was like, I get to show people myself. I get a little nervous about that because I'm like, it's my time to shine. I was a great lacrosse player and I was a captain for years. I held the team on my back. I shined a lot growing up, and I got to feel that feeling, and it came back and then some with shit like that, bro. Hell yeah, I was nervous. As soon as I press play, it goes away. And also what helps is shows like that, there's a ton of lights on you. You can't really see the crowd at all.
Yeah.
You can't. And usually when I look at the crowd, I'll see a lot of people I recognize or know or that have been around a long time. And I'll call them out and it feels great to me. And, I'm very interactive that way. But, the bigger the shows get, the more I'm just like locked in. Like when I just did that Waka Flocka show in December, bro, it was so great. It was such a great feel. I was like, this is where I'm meant to be, bro. This feels good. I felt uncomfortable at the other gigs, all the time. And a lot of things didn't feel right. And I'm like, and that's, you got to take that curve. And when you hit that curve and that feeling, you'll know that you're supposed to be here.
How do you prepare for something like that? Like what's the 5 minutes before you go on stage look like?
Basically, it was fun. I had my own dressing room. So my family, my manager at the time, photographers. I always walk around with photographers, videographers. I got a whole crew, VJ. We were all partying, having a good time. I'm chugging Celsiuses. Like
Shout out Celsius.
Shout out Celsius.
Please sponsor me.
Yeah. I slowed down on those too. But basically, I like to be alone before every set. I don't do it as much now, but shows like that, I go in the bathroom. I look in the mirror. I smile at myself. I cry at myself. I say that you're doing good things, and I'm very proud of you. And I take a deep breath. I do some push-ups, and I get the fuck out there and I do it. It comes with this. All of this comes with a lot of mental baggage that I've been carrying. And my mom can tell me she's proud of me a million times. It feels great. My friends can say they're proud of me. It feels great. When I can look in the mirror and tell myself I'm proud of myself and I actually feel that, that's it.
When you're not lying to yourself and stuff.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And before that show I specifically remember having to talk in the mirror about that. And every show since then, a lot of fucking legends, dude. I can name them here in a little bit. I have a list, but a lot of these legends I have straight up just been like, I'm proud of you. This is where you're supposed to be. This is it. So yeah, everyone's got their own regimen. Mine is look in the mirror and
do one of those.
Yeah, and hype it up. Absolutely, and always push-ups.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love doing my push-ups. I'll do about 10 to 30, depending on how I'm feeling before, and I'll get up there.
30. Jesus Christ.
Usually 30, just right off the bat. But like before a show, I'll have
trying to get a good pump in.
Yeah, you feel me?
Gotta look good.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. I think I got one more video right here. Let me see what this one is. There's that one.
Oh, this was so sick. So what's cool about this is a soundbar with Gesture. He's a not hardstyle. Oh yeah, like hard techno, hardstyle techno. I don't know. He's that kind of area. But basically, this was in this was in the St. Patty's Day run. So I had 3 day shows. You know how St. Patrick's in Chicago, bro?
Oh, dude, we turn up.
Turn the fuck up. So I had a show, and then I immediately team, photographer, manager, everyone got in the car. Next show, immediately got in the car. Next show, went there, and they've all been there since the morning because they start partying early at Soundbar.
7 in the morning.
Yes, and so I get on the mic and I'm like, I'm about to fuck y'all up. You've been here for 17 hours. Let's get it. And that was a techno show, a hardstyle techno show that was actually my first one that I was able to play hard techno like in a big setting like that, not like a warehouse setting, you know. So that one felt really good. I've done a lot more since then that, you know, I'm able to break out of the shell. Each show I've climbed up the ladder for my own self about comfortability, about, you know, figuring out what I want to play and feeling good about it. You know, that's the most important thing, is feeling good about what you're playing. Don't just be playing it just to play it, because then you should just go to the corporate DJ world.
I was gonna say, yeah. At that point, just get hired by somebody and just play whatever they want
and
to play.
Make a fuck ton of money doing it. You can make a lot of money in the corporate DJ world, bro. Some of these people tell me how much they make while doing wedding DJs. I'm like, fuck. But like, hey, that's not my thing. I want to play what I want to play that I know they'll like, and that's why I tell people, like, don't bring those haters. Don't bring those friends. If they don't like Goonba, don't bring them. If they don't like the music, don't bring them. I mean, if they don't know the music, bring them. We want to show people. But if they don't like it, don't bring them, because then they're just going to make it a worse time for others that truly love this shit.
I feel that, bro.
You feel me?
I feel, yeah. I'm thinking about it like being like in a wedding rock band or something.
Yeah.
I would not.
I was gonna ask you if I got some time. I'm a metalhead, bro. I love that shit. Are you a metal? You look like a metalhead.
I like my fair share of metal.
What do you mainly stick around with rock?
With like what I play is usually like post-hardcore-ish.
Oh.
Like stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot of like, I play guitar, so it's a lot of like odd time signatures and stuff like that.
Fire. So do you know like Dream Theater?
Yeah, they're cool.
Like math rock bands.
Yeah, one of the bands we get compared to a lot is like the Fall of Troy.
Oh.
They're like one of the rock band like
bands
from back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. That's
I used
cool.
to listen to them a lot. And then like going back even further, when I first started, it was a lot of like Slipknot and like Korn.
Oh,
and stuff like that.
Sick. Okay,
so,
cool.
I mean, I get around. And then when I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, that's when I got introduced into like the whole EDM world and stuff.
Okay.
So like my my musical palette has kind of like expanded.
Really
over
expanded.
The years.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm, like,
cool, man.
into a little bit of everything.
I love it all too, dude. I'm into it.
Other
all.
than like EDM, what kind of music? What other music do you like?
So what's kind of crazy is I truly don't really listen to EDM. If I'm listening to EDM, it's to gain inspiration, support friends, or because that shit nasty. Sometimes you have to listen to it. But even then, so like, man, I love like my like Wiz Khalifa style chill beats, you know, like the A$AP Rocky shit. Like I love my hip hop shit. But I truly, what's my favorite music ever? Classical and like metal, hardcore shit. Like now, especially like Peeling Flesh and like that nasty like. Mainly because like it just helps me like with my day to day. I do a lot of that stuff that I need to just, you know, rage out and listen to tunes.
I feel that, bro.
But I listen to everything, literally. I don't really like country. I've never liked it. I started to like it when I was getting into beer, but like, no, dude, it's just it's not for me. It's just not for me. I'm not going to bash it because it's a beautiful genre. It's still a beautiful genre of music, but like I listen to like a lot of old school shit. If you were to like ask me what my genre, my era is, it's probably like 60s to like 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of cool, all man. Styles of music.
It's funny you mentioned classical right now because I recently also got into like nothing crazy, just all like the generic like classical music that
Beethoven and shit.
Yeah,
Mozart.
all that generic stuff.
It's amazing.
But it's still. Like, I'm discovering it for the first time, and I'm like, whoa, these guys were fucking sick,
bro. They're ballers. They're ballers. Like, think about it. When I make an EDM track, I'm composing. Like, when you make a song, you compose. Where's the roots from this, bro? It's classical. Them composers and shit, dog. And then it's like, like
they're controlling the entire, like, you know, ensemble. You
phenomenal.
Know, with their brains.
Yep,
kinda,
my go-to
I mean?
number one in radio station in my car right now. Boom, you click it, and the CD I have in there is like old school punk. But like when you listen to the FM, classical. Yeah. Or I love that fucking what is it? I forget what channel it's on, but it's a Hispanic radio, and it gives like, oh my God, it gives like such Vegas vibes, bro. I used to go to the flea market all the time, and like I love that shit, the Maracha stuff, all that shit. I'll vibe all day to it. I was loving Bad Bunny's performance. Other than him being an icon,
show, bro.
I was
iconic, dude.
It was fucking incredible, fucking incredible. He's a beautiful human. Love him.
Yeah, dude. What made me want to listen to classical music a little bit, I was watching that Mozart movie, and there's like a documentary about him.
Yes.
And he's like on his
funny laugh.
Yeah. He was like on his deathbed, and he was having some dude write music for him, like as he was dying. He was all like,
I just got cold chills.
Dude, I got chills when I listened to that shit too, bro. I saw that shit. I'm like, this man is dying composing music.
I have cold chills. So after I rewatched that movie again, it was actually that fucking performance of Redline. I opened with the it's called Lacrimosa.
Yeah.
That is, I have cold chills. He is like Bob Marley, someone who has a message, who from beginning to end has a whole fucking message for you. And even on his deathbed, the seance of that song, dude, to end it all with a lacrimosa is like,
yeah, dude. I watched that movie and I was all like, oh, I'm picking up class. I'm buying a violin tomorrow.
Bro, yes. So listen, like get yourself a record player. They're really cheap. You can find them at Goodwill. I picked one up there for $10. They're really dope, even like a carrier one. And then go in Goodwill, go to the record section, fucking flip through, 25 cents each. Just grab anything that looks classical.
Hey.
Do it, because you will then just. I have a collection of vinyls that is unreal, from family given to me, from myself. Most of them are all like Christmas and classic. I love Christmas music. I love Christmas. Don't even get me started. But classical, and I found so much new shit, bro. There's so much shit out there that's like, dude. And on vinyl will just turn you into a whole new, like my life is so chaotic, bro. When I listen to classical, it's like, as soon as I'm done, we should listen to it and roll up this Cookies. Shout out Cookies, my new sponsors.
Hey. Oh yeah, bro.
We should, after this, listen to Lacrimosa.
Oh yeah, dude.
Smoke a pipe.
How did your sponsorship with Cookies come about?
So we're still working that out. I like to say I'm sponsored by them. We're working together. We haven't signed no papers or nothing. I've been a sponsored artist by a lot of companies throughout my career, a fuck ton of them, a lot of different weed companies, whatever. So I represented with Days Off and Arise. I have some friends that are main players in those brands, and they picked up Illinois Cookies. Cookies branched out to Illinois, and they needed someone to help run with that. So the main person who's on that page heard about me through some people that are in the industry. One of my sponsors, I haven't talked to him in a while, is Spliff Society. They have
I know Spliff Society.
Cool.
Hell
so
yeah,
they sponsor me. We never ended the sponsorship. So they send me care packages. I do unboxings. They give me products to throw out, to give out. People are always asking what I'm smoking on. So I've worked with a lot of companies that are like, trying to push out Goonba OG, which if you think you got good enough company, come to me. I'm really picky.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to push it out. My number one brand that I've manifested, dog, is Cookies. Hey. I recently bought a ton of their merch, and I've been wearing it, and I tagged Illinois Cookies in that merch. They then swiped up and said, yo, come to the headquarters. I want to talk to you, meet you. I go to the headquarters. It's my homie's headquarters. I've been there before. Days Off and Arise. And now I'm like, oh, y'all work together. So then they just guest listed me for Burner that performed out here, and I was able to get in more with them. And basically, like, here's my thing about it is one day I will have Goonba OG. Like, think about Wiz Khalifa. His friend was Burner, Cookies. They made Khalifa Kush. He's always, what does he do? He smokes. That's
Smoking
his brand.
on KK.
Correct. Smoking on KK. He's always got his shit. So it's like, damn, I want some of that shit. So that's the biggest opportunity think of that business opportunity.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What? And you get to smoke your own shit. And I'm a connoisseur, bro. I'm a weed connoisseur. I've worked with some of the top companies. I've been with Jack Herrera, like his son in a limo. I've been with like all of them. I've met Cheech and Chong at one of the cannabis things a long time. They were there, like dabbing Granny way back in the day, and like all the OGs. So when I come from that background, I mean, Cookies is number one in my eyes. I just love their brand. I love their weed. They're all about like, man, I want that shit to smell good, roll good, smoke good, taste good, feel good. I want to smoke it and be high. My thing is this. Why would I smoke so much all the time? It's because I'm not really getting fucking, like, I don't feel that high. And that's why I'm able to just keep pumping it. But it's like when you get that good high, bro, you could like really lock in and create or really slump out and chill. Like, you know what I mean? And it not affect you how every other substance would. I recently had knee surgery a couple years ago, a second one. First knee surgery, I tore on tour as Goonba. I tore it in mid-performance, third song in, played an hour and a half with a ripped ACL and meniscus, went to bed, played 2 more shows on the road, then at the end of that weekend went and got my knee looked at, and it was torn and destroyed. So that happened on tour already.
Nuts,
Fast forward, I got hit by a semi, and I had to get surgery again. So what I'm getting at is I don't even take painkillers for that. You feel me? I didn't even take painkillers. Weed, bro. As soon as they allowed me to, I was like, yo, listen, I'm going to get edibles. I don't even want your fucking prescription. I'm going to get my Eddies and we're good. Oh, well, just so you know, the psychosis. I'm like, shut up. You're about to give me fucking Percocets. Shut up. You're about
to give me Percocets talking about psychosis.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. So,
that's funny,
and that's the whole thing. I still got these trolls, bro. Every time I post, I'm sober. They're like, no, you smoke weed. I saw a blunt in your hand. I'm like, dude, listen. If you're sober, that means that you're done with what you've been addicted to, period. You could be saying you're sober from that. That means free from alcohol, bro, in my eyes. That means free from drugs, And when it comes down to it, marijuana's always been that thing that's just always been there. You know what I mean? It's always been there.
It's
and
natural, man.
Absolutely. And to get back
plant.
around, why Cookies got in play because, the homies. And now I have this opportunity where I can work with a company that I've fucking dreamed of working with.
Oh, yeah, man.
And so, yeah, they're just giving me like eighths and stuff here. First it was 2 bags. Now it's 4 bags. Then it's going to be like 6 bags. But I do want my own strain coming soon. And
then they're going to give you a check.
Type shit. Well, instead of the check, bro, I want a strain. Goonba OG, I'm waiting to put it out. I'm going to have the purple of perp. I want that Goonba Kush, that OG Kush, dog, that straight up.
I got this purple weed.
You feel me? So,
you,
shout out Cookies. I love y'all. I will let you know that I shouted you out, and you're gonna love it.
We'll tag him on this at some point.
Yeah, shout out to all the homies though. I got a lot of sponsors. My gauges, I have to tell you about him. He's one of my sponsors, Eclipse Creations.
Hey,
We got to get you some plugs.
Hell yeah.
You know, my glasses, I buy direct. They hook it up. You know, my shirts, I usually wear See Beyond. I got a lot of great sponsors. Most of them, if they're not local, they're up and rising. They're working hard. They're real. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of these weirdos. I'm sick of this fake shit. I'm watching my back with who I work with now, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's a brand that got outed recently that I was working with that I'm sick of it. I'm like, y'all are fucking weird, bro, and I'm not here for that. So I'm being very picky, and with that pickiness comes great brands like cookies.
Yeah, man. No, for sure, man.
You feel me?
You gotta know who you're working with.
But
bro.
wait till I show you this shit. You'll be like, I don't roll that up right now.
Hell yeah, man. We're coming close to the end of our interview here, man.
Cool.
I just want to say, man, I've had a great time talking to you, bro.
I really have too.
I learned a lot about the EDM world and a little bit about sobriety as well, man.
Sick.
I know
I love that.
a lot of people are struggling with that right now, and it's great to have somebody open about that kind of stuff
Thank
because
you.
you don't know how many people you can actually inspire to do that. I may not have a lot of like viewers in general, but even if it's just
You
one
will
person,
now.
Oh,
But
no,
even
I will.
but even with just one person,
even with
doesn't-
just
yeah.
one person that takes your message, I feel
100%.
like that works, man.
That's how I feel about this daily, bro. I appreciate that because that's how I feel about, posting this and being annoying about it. And yeah, I'll lose, 10 followers after I post about my sobriety. Those are 10 people that are like not supposed to be
You
in
don't
my
even
life.
need them, yeah.
I don't fucking need you. And that's the whole thing about like, you do this for your fucking self. You don't need no goddamn validation from nobody, bro. And that's why it's like, yeah, I get so many people hit me up that I've inspired them and it keeps me going. I inspire so many. And I'm living proof that you can do this. You don't need it. You don't need any of it.
Oh yeah, bro, that's awesome. Now, before we end the show, are there any shout outs you want to give? Any collabs you've been working on?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I want to shout out my mother. I love her so much, and her support I can cry about talking about. I really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to my team, All Night Chicago.
Hell yeah.
We work hard. We actually just announced today we have a show on March 8th. We're taking over Prism.
Hey.
Really dope. I booked the whole lineup with some tech house legends. It's going to be a night of tech house. We've booked like Ron Carroll before. He was a brother of mine, RIP. A lot of good legends. So I want to give a shout out to all of those out there that are dealing with the world, that are on the front lines, that are dealing with this insane, catastrophic world that is out there. Those peaceful protesters, those people that are, know what's right from wrong, and you're out there dealing with, I want to shout you out hardcore. Thank you for putting us people first because we matter, God damn it. And yeah, and I want to give a shout out to all of you. All of you people keep me going, bro. All of you people are what do it. Like I could literally stop this any day, and I bet you I'd have a lot of you come up at me and be like, keep it going. So y'all keep me going. And with that, I do want to add, yes, I have a couple collabs coming. I'm working day to day with my engineer for this single. It was supposed to come out this week, but I'm going to push it because we're really working hard on it. I'm going to leave here and go to the studio. So I have a single coming, and then I have two collabs. One with Hailey Beats. That's my brother. I love you, Hailey. We have some cool stuff coming with that. That's going to be hard techno. And then I have a collab with Clay Jean. He's a trap violinist. You've probably seen his videos. If you haven't, look up CLEJAN. Dude's been on like Kelly Clarkson show and like all this other cool shit. I got the opportunity to DJ for one of his shows out here, and he's an amazing guy. So I really wanted to implement, he's like, and he raps and he's cool and blah, blah, blah with what I do. So really fucking dope. We got new music pumping out. Probably the best shit I've ever created in my life. And I'm really excited to give it to everybody.
Sweet, man.
Yeah. And thank you so much. And, I would love to continue contact with you. And I can't wait. We're probably going to get a show going here.
Oh, for sure. Dude.
Now we made new friendship.
Talk about it, bro, for
you're
sure.
dope.
Yeah.
You're dope.
You
this
too,
is
bro.
not the last you're going to see me on Hawk Winds Radio.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate you for coming, man.
Absolutely.
I had a great time talking to you. And I'm sure a lot of the people out there watching had an amazing time listening to you talk about
all this cool
EDM
shit
of Chicago. That's a very interesting topic to talk about, man.
Absolutely. And if anyone out there, viewers, has questions, or you want to come to me and say something, or something you like, you don't like, or you're struggling, or you want to come out to these shows, or hit me up. I'm real as fuck. I'm very busy. I sometimes miss messages, but like I said, closed mouths don't get fed. So blow me up. Hit me up like 20 times, and I'm sure I'll see it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to whoever you want to reach out.
Seriously, don't.
You never know what's going to come out of it. You know?
Dude, really don't. I've talked to some massive celebrities in my life, and it's like, oh my God, how did they even look at my message? How do they even, because consistency is key usually. Be that crazy person, because normal ain't it.
Is there a message you want to leave your fans with?
Absolutely. You can do anything. And follow your fucking dreams. Follow your path. If you don't know that path, I'm sure you know there's something out there you want to do. Start to do what you can to get in that direction. Do what you can to do what you want to do. That's what I got to say. Spread love and positivity, baby. I love you.
Hell yeah, man. And I second that notion, because like that's what we're here for. You know, Hawkwind started to spread positive messages and everything.
I got someone I want to bring on here for you. He's the positivity warrior. His name is Koki. He's from Wisconsin. He also does sobriety too. He's an older cat, but this motherfucker's a legend. That's the thing we want to do, is connect and spread positivity, because it is so it's the most attractable thing. Energy is the most attractable thing, period. Good energy, even better. You feel me? So,
hell yeah, man.
I love y'all. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and this has been very special.
Hell yeah.
Follow me on all my socials and shit if you don't already, and I love you.
Hell yeah. Well, everybody, hope you guys had a great time. This was Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show, here with my boy Goonba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you, see at the bottom? Follow your dreams, babies.
Follow your dreams and follow Goonba on social medias, man. Why not?
Follow
It's
Hawkwind's
free.
Radio too. It's
follow
free.
us. Why not? It's free. Right? I'm your host, Jay Smooth. Hope you guys had a great night. Peace out, y'all.
I love y'all.